Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong, presented by Sports Radio 1240 and Cumulus Media Youngstown. This telecast is also brought to you in part by Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, Farmers National Bank, Pizza Hut, and this week's Mahoning Valley Athletic Conference sponsor, Greenwood Chevrolet. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim Campbell, along with Len Gessler. Should have a dandy for you tonight. A great rivalry, south to north, as the Columbiana Clippers, 0-1 coming in, challenge the 1-0 McDonald Blue Devils. And for Columbiana, Len, not much has changed, but they'll be an interesting team to watch.
Yeah, they most certainly will, Jimmy. Bob Space's been there for 25 years, so you would assume that everything pretty much status quo when you have a coach that has that much tenure at his school. They're going to be probably spread on offense, going to be tough to defend. They'll throw a little bit, they'll run a little bit. They won the game last year in overtime by 1, so looking forward to pulling off what most people might say is an upset tonight because they're on the home field of the McDonald Blue Devils.
And they are looking to use their team speed and be a little more disciplined than they were in their season opening loss to Western Reserve. McDonald, when you ask or question what to look for from the Blue Devils, something different to look for this season.
Yeah, they used to run the wing T, but now they're going to run the spread offense. So something that the players and maybe even the coaches might have to get used to, but I'm sure that they will adjust. They came up with a good win last week, and one of the keys to their offense is Alex Cintron, a fantastic back for the McDonald Blue Devils. So for the Clippers to come away with the win, they're going to have to control Alex and kind of like look at themselves in the mirror, because they've been running the spread for quite a while. So instead of the wing T, they'll be looking at their own selves when McDonald runs the spread.
All right, keep your eyes open. Lots of action ahead. It's Columbiana and McDonald next on the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong.
Welcome to K105, your hometown station with the most country music in the morning. That means more Lou. I can't move when you move. More caring. I'll have to hang you out to try. More Blake. And I'm just the guy with the girl everybody wants to know. More Kenny. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown, down home, American Kid. On a powerful, static-free signal you can hear everywhere. 105.1 FM, K105.
Just about ready for football in McDonald. The Blue Devils will be receiving the opening kickoff. And here's the way they'll line up. Number 10, Josh Sully, will be the quarterback. His main running back will be number 31, Alex Cintron. The flanker will be Dominic Shadle. He's number 5. The split end, number 22, Jack Buchan. And the slot back is Cameron Tucker. He'll wear number 21. Up front, Nate Dean, number 77, is the center. Caden Crown, number 74, is one of the guards. He's a 275-pound sophomore. The other guard is a 275-pound senior, number 53, Logan Marshall. At the tackles, number 58, Zach Nolf, and number 62, Ali Hammond. And McDonald, as you can see, spreading out to receive the opening kickoff. For Columbiana, defensive ends, number 19, Steven Anderson, and number 31, Quentin Cross. The nose man is number 9, Mike Corbin. Cody Miller, number 27, is the tackle. Inside linebackers, Nate Carter, number 45, and Eric Hoffenzies, number 52. The outside backer, number 13, Bert Thurston. The cornerback, Jaden Graham, number 3. They list 3 safeties. Number 1, Brant Verdon. Number 5, Jacob Cross. And number 10, Hunter Zentner. And number 52, Eric Hoffenzies is, never mind that. That's enough. We gave you 11 guys.
You only get 11.
Yeah, let's go.
It's not Canadian.
Colin Schick, I believe, is scheduled to kick off. Yep. Lines up, approaches with the left foot, ready to strike the ball, and it drops down just inside the 20. And a nasty little bounce and a near fumble, picked up at the 12 and returned barely to the 15 by Josh Selly, who will open up at quarterback. Once that ball hits the turf, which is in great shape here at McDonald, strange things can happen, and Selly found that out.
Boy, and you said it, Jim. This is real turf. This is not the artificial stuff that we see at bigger schools. This is small-town football, Ohio folks. And we were talking before the broadcast how much you and I both love small-town football.
Oh,
and
it's the best.
Yeah, it is. And you got two fantastic communities in McDonald and Columbiana that support not just their football teams, Jimmy, but all their sports teams.
There's a guy down below us wearing a T-shirt in McDonald. If you're not at the stadium at 7 p.m. on a Friday this fall, you're in the wrong place. Here we go. 3 receivers right. Quick handoff. This should be Cintron finding a nice hole right up the gut, out across the 20 and to the 23-yard line. That's a pickup of 7. Cintron in the season opening win over Brookfield gained 166 yards on 17 carries, averaged 9.8 per carry, scored twice. As I said, had a long run of 58.
Nice job by the offensive line that time, opening up a hole for Cintron on the right side.
Lines up on the left, this time double slot formation. Fake to the slot man in motion. Cintron again, a little shake and bake with the shoulders, gets out to the 29, and that'll be good enough for the first down of the game.
And once again, running to their right side as Cintron picks up the first down. We're going to see McDonald again in a spread formation, something that, as we mentioned, Jimmy, in the pregame, very unusual for them.
Yeah, it's just a matter, Coach Williams said, we had to take a realistic look at what we had talent-wise in the system and coming up. And off the run fake to Cintron, throw to the wide receiver Cameron Tucker, and he dropped the ball. He was looking back into the sun. That complicated making the catch. He had 1 catch for 34 yards in the season opener.
Well, the other thing he did too, Jimmy, took his eyes off the ball. I think he was more looking downfield because there was nobody around him. Had he caught that ball, he had at least 10 yards of open area.
Sully only threw the ball 3 times in week 1, completed 2 for 58 yards. Cintron steps up. Fake to him, Sully. He makes a nifty little move himself out to about the 33-yard line. Sully, as I mentioned, rushed for 166 yards in the season opener. Cintron went for 216. And like Sully, averaged 9.8 yards a carry. Cintron scored 5 touchdowns.
Good defensive play that time by the left side of the McDonald defense again. Or excuse me, the Columbiana defense. McDonald running to their right, and that time number 27 for Columbiana, Cody Miller, fought off his block and made the tackle.
It's 3rd and 6. Ryan Scala in motion out wide. Roll by Sully, throw underneath, got his man, first down, spinning out of a tackle and crossing midfield. They're going to mark it right at midfield, and it's the guy who dropped that first throw, Cameron Tucker. Now they do move it to the Columbiana 49.
So pickup of 18. Boy, and they ran a very nice pass pattern that time. They sent somebody into the flat. They ran someone deep, and Tucker just right in between him. He was wide open, Jimmy. Good pass by Sully right on the mark.
And, of course, with the rolling pocket and a good job throwing across his body. Right-handed thrower rolling left and throwing while rolling left. Fake to Cintron, throw outside, caught again and again, running through a tackle, Cameron Tucker. So, in the season opener, Sully threw the ball 3 times all night long. Here in this ball game, he's thrown 3 times in the first 2.5 minutes.
And once again, he just ran Tucker out into the flat, and they're going to go ahead and award the first down. So good play that time, again, by McDonald, taking advantage of the cornerbacks right now of Columbiana.
3 receivers to the top of your screen. Cintron finds a little bit of running room behind the right side of his offensive line, down to the 40, make that the 35-yard line, a pickup of 4. That right side has Logan Marshall, 275 at the guard, and Zach Nolf, 215, a senior at the tackle.
And one of the down linemen for the Clippers, Steven Anderson, he is 6 foot 230, And I also mentioned Cody Miller. He's 5'11", 182. So weight-wise, they're at a pretty good disadvantage right now. Columbiana's line is taking advantage of that.
Quick handoff. Cintron almost broke it. Diving down underneath to slow Cintron up was Brant Verdon, senior safety. Ball goes to the 28, and it is another first down.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, if Brant Verdon doesn't trip him up, Cintron's off for at least another 5 to 10 yards.
First and 10, McDonald, opening possession of the ball game. Now with the Columbiana 28 with 8:10 to play in the first quarter. Again, they motion Cintron up, this time to the right of Selly. Fake to the handoff going left side. Selly is spun down behind the line of scrimmage, and a great play by the aforementioned Cody Miller.
Yeah, Miller that time didn't take the fake to Cintron, and it wasn't a great fake. So he was able to close quickly on Selly.
1 yard loss, second down 11 for the Blue Devils, who started this march from their own 16-yard line. Dan Williams said they had a lot of quick scores last week, and being used to running that wing T, he said, we're used to longer drives controlling the clock. We hope to do a little bit more of that. Another good play action fake throw to Tucker, right in his hands. Touchdown, McDonald.
Wow, I'll tell you what, great play that time by McDonald as they faked it and the corner bit. We saw that last week. The corners came up and bit on the fake, and now it allowed Tucker to get behind him for the touchdown pass. And I'll tell you, great pass by Selly because it was right there. Tucker never broke stride, Jim.
So McDonald comes out with a good mix of run and pass. On to attempt the extra point is Logan Shields. And his holder is Alex Cintron. Ball is driven low, straight, and true. And with 7:16 to go in the first quarter, McDonald concludes its opening drive with a touchdown, leading 7-0 now on the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong.
Friday is closer than you think. That's because Pizza Hut delivers the good times anytime. Whether you're craving classics like pepperoni or just looking to mix it up, it's never been easier to bring everyone to the table. And it's all delivered right to your door because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
At Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, price matters. Get huge savings on every new Chevy in stock. Over 800 are available with payment plans for every budget. Austintown is Chevytown. Greenwood Chevrolet.
The only thing better than pizza is free Pizza Hut pizza. And only Hut Rewards lets you earn free pizza faster than ever by giving you points on every dollar you spend online. You can earn a free pizza in as little as one order. Sign up today at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
All right, quickly, our first Farmers National Bank scoring drive summary of the night. 84 yards, 10 plays, 4 minutes and 37 seconds, a 29-yard touchdown pass from Selly to Tucker for the score. Kickoff here taken at the 9-yard line, and a big gap in the middle of the field. Ball comes loose. Penalty flag flies upfield from the return. McDonald is signaling that it has covered the ball at the 35. But we'll see what the flag is. See if we have to give you the Columbiana starting lineup. Columbiana coach Bob Spade said one of the things that bothered him in the Clippers season opener was a lack of discipline, and the fact that that led to making a lot of mistakes.
And that's a huge one there. If they give the ball to McDonald, that recovery was by Logan Shields of the Blue Devils.
McDonald coach Dan Williams came out onto the field. He's going to get a flag thrown against him because he was really barking at the officials. There was a flag, and maybe you can see it there at the 39-yard line. That was on the ground before the play ended, before the fumble occurred, I believe. So the discussion here may be what the penalty was and when it occurred and how it affects possession. And I think in any case, the ball is going to move 15 yards on a dead ball violation against head coach Dan Williams.
Well, there definitely was not a late hit, and I didn't see a face mask, so I'm not real sure.
Especially from where it was thrown. It was upfield from the return guy. You've got the officials there. Let's let everybody know who's policing this thing.
All right, the referee is Gary Jennings. Our umpires, Jimmy Cortez. Lineman Gary Weary. Line judge Joe Vitello. And the back judge is Brian Visengardi. And they are in conference, all 5 of them right there, as you could see on the 35-yard line.
All right, let's see what we got.
We still haven't come up with a explanation.
One of the officials now is going to talk to Dan Williams. The original flag now has been picked up off the field, but whether that's because the nature of the foul has been determined and the officials know what they're going to do with it. Now they're picking up the personal foul flag, but that may just be a matter of regaining possession of that which is his or his partner's. Wow, both teams are going to their benches.
Are we getting a do-over? Block in the back by McDonald. How could that be?
How can the kicking team have a block in the back?
I have no idea, but that's what he signaled. And then a sideline violation or warning to McDonald.
Which was a dead ball violation, so that should be marked after they take care of the original penalty.
And I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to re-kick it, but I don't understand why the re-kick.
Yeah, the original penalty would not negate or somehow wipe out the play, the return, and whatever happened. Wow.
That's interesting. Well, they moved him back to the 30. And of course, then the fumble too didn't count. McDonald recovering the fumble, but that didn't happen. That's unbelievable.
Well,
not sure why they're redoing the kickoff.
No idea. Going to result in better field position from the 22 this time. Same return, slanting right toward the middle. And Chase Franklin gets it out to the 40-yard line, an 18-yard return. So for Columbiana, after that confusing sequence, taking over at its own 40-yard line. And here's how the Clippers will line up. Jacob Cross, number 5, is the quarterback. His running backs, number 6, Zathan Cross. Number 11, Joe Babel. This is Babel with it now. Number 16, Chase Franklin. Babel runs into a mass of blue jerseys as he crosses the original line of scrimmage to get 2 yards on the play. Wide receivers, looks like they're starting Hunter Zentner, number 10. And I can't see the number on the other side, but I think it's Jaden Graham, number 3. Shotgun formation. Throw underneath, caught, and short of a first down. The man on the reception, Hunter Zentner, 5'11" junior, pickup of 6.
Well, that time they set 2 receivers deep, and Hunter Zentner just did a little square and right underneath the coverage. But McDonald closed quickly to prevent Columbiana from getting a first down.
3rd and 2. Quick slant, low, and drop. Might have gone in on the bounce anyway. It might have been skipping off the grass. Intended receiver was Joe Babel. And it will bring up 4th and 2. And Columbiana is going to keep the offense on the field. Maybe try to draw McDonald offside here.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Cross throws that ball at Babel's numbers, he can still run, as he was open on the slant.
4th down, here they go. Little crossbuck action. The defense is there, stopping the play. On downs, the carrier was Chase Franklin.
Boy, and doing the defensive work that time, Logan Marshall, the 5'9", 275-pound D lineman, just absolutely crushed Franklin that time, and he came up a yard short.
We did not get any stats from Columbiana this week.
Interesting.
We didn't even get a chance to finish the starting lineups. That's how short that possession was. McDonald has it back in Columbiana territory. And Coach Bob Spates said, we did a lot of 3-and-outs in our opener, and that puts our defense in a bad situation. We don't want to repeat that. Cintron breaks 2 tackles at the line of scrimmage and winds up with a 9-yard gain.
Actually, Jimmy, he broke 3 tackles. He had 3 guys right on him immediately, and I don't know how he wiggled out of that, but he was able to do that and then pick up another approximately 7 yards before they brought him down a yard short of the first time. Great run that time by Alex Cintron, keeping the legs moving on the initial hit, not going down immediately.
5'8", 165, a junior. A wing and 2 receivers left. Selly gives it to Cintron, who takes a step back and then accelerates forward to apparently get a first down at the 38.
You know, that was kind of interesting what he did. He received the handoff, and then he almost like sat down in the backfield, let the blocks develop, and then was able to pick out the hole and get the first down. Kind of an interesting hesitation there. They have, believe it or not, McDonald has 6 first downs already, 3 running, 3 passing.
And another first down at the Columbiana 38. Selly on the roll, gonna tuck and go. And he'll get maybe 5 out of that, close to the 33-yard line. That'll bring up second down. They're gonna mark it at the 34, so make it 2nd and 6.
Nice play that time by inside linebacker Nate Carter, number 45 at Columbiana. He shot the gap as Selly made his way around the left end, and Carter was able to get a lot of shirt first and then bring him down to the ground. So Carter, great job that time with pursuit.
Quick hand, Cintron skips through 2 tacklers, but doesn't escape the 3rd. Good play by Eric Hoffenzies, inside linebacker. No gain, 1-yard gain on that play. Let's bring up 3rd and 5.
Cintron again coming back on the counter and escaped the first tackler, but couldn't escape the second one as Columbiana, again, with the pursuit. Good job to keep him inside. You don't want him to bounce to the outside because all your pursuit's coming from the inside, and they were able to take Cintron down basically for no gain.
Jack Buchanan goes out wide left to the top of your screen. Everybody else in tight, kind of a double wing formation to the short side of the field. Good move there, and it's going to earn a first down. Stepping inside, a tackler, Josh Selly. Breaks to the left and gets down to the 26-yard line with a first down.
Yeah, nice cutback that time by Selly as he saw the hole, and the initial defender missed the tackle for Columbiana. Selly was able to get past the initial line of scrimmage and into the secondary to pick up a first down. Good stop and go by Selly.
Well, McDonald has had the ball the entire quarter with the exception of 1 minute and 5 seconds. Down to the 3:10 mark. Fake to Cintron. Quick rolling throw out to Tucker. Tucker breaks a tackle, and he is headed to the end zone for the 2nd time in the first quarter. Cameron Tucker. Well, he dropped his first pass of the night, looking back into the sun, and he has been a valuable target on both drives. That was the only throw of this drive.
And I believe out there that was Dominic Schottel. That what a great block on the corner to allow Tucker to escape and make his 26-yard touchdown run.
Extra point try, plenty high, and good again by Logan Shields with 3:03 to go in the first quarter. McDonald has doubled its lead. It's the Blue Devils 14, Columbiana nothing. On the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong.
So, where do you think you want to be in 30 years?
I want a big house. And I want a wife. And I want my own business.
And I'd like my kids to run the place someday. I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want...
To know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management 360.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
Our second Farmers National Bank scoring drive of the night. This was a 49-yard drive that started after a 4th and 2 stop by the McDonald defense. Used 6 plays, went 2 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. A 26-yard pass, catch, and run between Josh Selly and Cameron Tucker, producing the touchdown. Here's one of those goofy bouncing kicks. McDonald will try to chase it down. Tucker almost grabbed it on the run on the sideline. Now we're going to get a penalty marker. Either that or they're just, usually they'd throw their hat if they were marking where the ball was knocked out of bounds.
Now they're calling a legal procedure on McDonald, so we're going to get another do-over on the kickoff, it looks like, unless Coach Spate will take it where the ball is.
Which is the 23.
I would think he would probably want to re-kick. And nope, they're going to take it at the 35. Okay.
All right, just like it had gone out unabated, so to speak.
Right.
Unassisted, if you will. So
I'll tell you what, Tucker came close to that. If he grabs that, he runs all the way down the sideline.
he showed some serious wheels, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So Columbiana. Throw deep over the middle, into coverage, picked off by Josh Selly, and he will be dragged down, and another penalty marker is down.
Boy, not a good pass that time by Cross. He threw it right into double coverage. He thought, I guess, that his receiver was going to be open, and that was number 16, Franklin.
And a face mask penalty against Columbiana on the tackle. So that will bring the ball out from the 35. Was it inadvertent? Yeah, 5-yard mark off. So McDonald will start this time from its own 41-yard line. And that drive, if you count the time the clock was running after the interception, used 10 seconds. So Columbiana has had the ball for a total of 1 minute and 15 seconds in the first quarter, trailing 14-0.
And certainly not the way Bob Spate wanted to start this game.
Same as the first half in the opener. Wide open, overthrown. Josh Selly had Dominic Shadle unattended and running free down the right side.
Well, I'll tell you, number 15, Kyle Phillips, took the, bait again, and man, he was flying up. And Shadle that time went right past him. As a matter of fact, Phillips is heading to the bench as Joe Babel will come back in and replace him, number 11. So that's one that Selly's wishing he had back.
They'll line up with Alex Cintron behind him, and again, Cintron steps up one side or the other. Shadle in motion, fake to him. Cintron, nope, keep by Selly. Again, breaks the tackle in the backfield and is off to the races. Touchdown, no flags.
I'll tell you what made that touchdown run, Jimmy, Alex Cintron, when he received the fake, carried that fake out like you wouldn't believe, like he had that football, and the whole defense went to him, and Selly just went around the left side, and there was nobody left because everybody thought Cintron had the ball. Outstanding fake that time by Selly and Alex Cintron.
Well, and I think he had me fooled for a minute.
Yeah, he did.
Of course, I wasn't quite as close as the players, so, you know. And I'm a lot older. I got an excuse. Extra point attempt. Hits the upright. And went between the uprights, sort of. Good enough. Another extra point for Logan Shields, who is now already 9 for 10 this season. And we still have over 2.5 minutes to play in the 5th quarter of the season. Not much to do there for the Farmers National Bank scoring drive summary. It was a 59-yard, 2-play drive, an incompleted pass, and a 59-yard touchdown run by Josh Selly. That's his 3rd touchdown run of the season, and he's already put up his first 2 touchdown passes of the season in this ball game.
Jim, like you mentioned, we have 2:35 to go here in the first quarter already. Total offense for McDonald, believe it or not, is 191 yards.
By the way, that drive took just 18 seconds. That was the missing element on the Farmers National Bank scoring drive summary.
You know, when you carry fakes out like that, like McDonald, the backfield just did, that's a sign of a well-coached team. It really is. A lot of times in high school, kids don't carry the fake out. Heck, sometimes in college and even in the pros, they don't do it. But, man, Cintron did a fantastic job selling that, and Selly just no problem. Good speed, too. He outran the corner for Columbiana, who was the only person out there defensively.
Comes the kickoff. We'll set their offensive line, which we haven't had a chance to do yet. They've had the ball so little. Chase Franklin up the middle this time, rolled down just short of the 30-yard line. And we'll see if the Clipper offense can get something going. Number 66, Wayne Davis, is the 240-pound center. Check out the guards. Tyler Zagatti, 6'1", 345. He's number 73. Number 74 is Nate Davis, a 274-pounder. The tackles are on the light side. Steve DeBone, number 51, 171 pounds. And Eric Hoffenzies, 193. He's number 52.
Total yardage for Columbiana, Jim, 9 yards.
And they're going to start out with a simple play. Quarterback Jacob Cross. Crosses the 30 to the 31 for about 2. Second down, 8. McDonald defense, the ends are number 58, Garrett Stallsmith, and number 80, Cameron Stofko. The tackles, 53, Logan Marshall, and 77, Nate Dean. We'll get the backers in the secondary for you here in just a sec. A little bit of a rollout, toss, nice play. Flipped it over the defender, and a really nice catch on the run by Chase Franklin, who also showed terrific concentration.
Well, once again, that time for Columbiana, they sent number 15, Kyle Phillips, deep and ran underneath Chase Franklin. And boy, what a catch, like an outfielder, just his outstretched hands. And he was able to pull that baby in.
18-yard pickup, first down of the game for the Clippers. Quick handoff. This is Babel, and he's stuffed as he crosses midfield for a pickup of 2. You know, we talked earlier, Len, about some of the joys of small-town football. One of them is that usually the press box is pretty close to the field, and we have a great vantage point here tonight.
Yes, we do. We could see the numbers clearly without our binocs.
Second and 8, and the McDonald defense is all over that Chase Franklin carry. And the guy that got there first was Jack Buchan with help from Josh Selly. And this will be a loss of 3 and bring up 3rd and 11.
Well, I tell you what, that time, a nice play too by Dominic Shadle, who shot the gap and brought Franklin down.
Quick look to the outside, quick toss to Franklin, got it, and he is going to take off, and he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, despite the tremendous effort by Dominic Shadle to pull him down. I do not see any flags. Terrific throw and some great wheels by Chase Franklin.
Boy, I'm telling you what, great play by Franklin that time. And good pass by Cross. He hit Franklin in stride. Franklin never had to slow down. That was the key to that touchdown. Had he had to slow down a little bit, he would have got caught from behind, but that did not happen.
51-yard touchdown play. Colin Sheck out of the hold of Zathan Cross, and we have flags down.
All right, let's see what the Clippers decide to do. They're probably... All right, they're going to decline the penalty. Yeah.
Getting any closer really doesn't do you any good unless you want to go for 2.
Well, I wouldn't put that past Coach Spate.
Not after early on going for 4th and 2 near midfield. Just because we can now, let's give you the rest of the McDonald defense, even though it's not really out there. The inside linebackers, number 44, Zach Gray, 62, Ali Hammond, and the weak linebacker, Alex Cintron, number 31. Corners, Dominic Shadle, number 5, 21, Cameron Tucker. The safeties, Josh Sully, number 10, and Jack Buchan, number 22. Extra point, end over end is banged through, and Columbiana with a little big play of its own is on the board just before the end of the first quarter here. Our next Farmers National Bank scoring drive summary for Columbiana, 71 yards in 5 plays, and it used 1 minute and 59 seconds. An excellent pass underneath, catch and run between Jacob Cross and Chase Franklin is the touchdown play. And now with just 4 ticks over 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter, it's 21-7 McDonald. McDonald put up 48 points in its opener against
Brookfield.
Brookfield, right?
Yep. Well, how about this, Jimmy? We've had 4 scoring plays of 57, 69, 73, and 83 yards. So these two teams, big plays tonight so far.
All right, Schick, the sophomore, will boot it away. Second time tonight. Columbiana had the honors of the opening kickoff. McDonald scored on its first drive, scored again after a turnover, and then again on its third drive. And now Columbiana has come back and blunted a little bit of the momentum.
Well, they're certainly not going to quit, no doubt about that.
Hooking line drive, grabbed at the 30, juggled a little bit and returned out to about the 37-yard line by Dominic Carquito.
Blue Devils will take over first down 10 from their own 37.
They'll mark it at the 37-yard line.
Well, that time Columbiana not wanting to kick it deep because you had Cintron down there and Tucker, 2 that could take it to the house. So they decided to kick the shorter line drive. That's why Carquito had a chance to return it.
2 receivers right, 1 into the short side of the field, top of your screen in the fading sunlight. Cintron gets that ball under the outside arm, and an outstanding play on penetration by 128-pound senior safety Brant Verdon.
You know what, that's about the second or third time that he has come up from his cornerback position and made a sure tackle. Good job by the young man, and giving up a lot of size, but not afraid, Jimmy.
Cintron, that's why he's a starter. Cintron gained 2 on the final play of the first quarter. McDonald dominated early, but Columbiana answered late at the end of 1. It's McDonald 21, Columbiana 7 on the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong.
The American Institute of Healthcare Compliance is an organization that provides web-based training for healthcare executives. Armstrong provides high-speed internet, which helps all of our workstations and our staff become more efficient. We also have the unified voice system, which we heavily rely on for all of our telephone needs. They took the time to really understand who we are, the type of business that we are, and provide solutions that would meet our needs as an international company.
Welcome to K105, your hometown station with the most country music in the morning. That means more Lou. I can't move when you move. More caring. I'll have to hang you out to try. More Blake. And I'm just the guy with the girl everybody wants to know. More Kenny. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown, down home, American King. On a powerful, static-free signal you can hear everywhere. 105.1 FM, K105.
As we prepare for the second quarter, which will be presented in part in this telecast by Baird Brothers, Fine Hardwoods. And the last two words of that business name really say it all. Been around a long time, great products, great workmanship. Alex Cintron gives ground, tries to fake his way, and then breaks a tackle and runs up near midfield. He ran through a tackle by Hunter Zentner behind the line of scrimmage, and then scrambles his way across midfield to the Columbiana 47 and a first down.
Well, I tell you what, and again, Cintron, not the biggest guy either. Alex, let's see, where do we got him here? He's 165, and he stands 5'8", but boy, most times he doesn't go down on the first hit, and you saw it right there. He's got some good leg drive and good speed once he gets around the corner.
14-yard pickup there. Three receivers to the top of the formation. Cintron again got blocking out in front, and it's broken up by Eric Hoffenzies, who makes a hit to slow Cintron down. Got a little help to bring him down at the 44, bringing up second down and 7.
And once again, Cody Miller in on the play also. We've mentioned his name quite a few times. That time they ganged up on Cintron. That's basically what you got to do. One-on-one, he's probably going to beat you, but if you got some pursuit, 2 or 3 tackles, you got a better chance of bringing him down.
Trips to the right again. Cintron gets it again, met in the backfield, again breaks a tackle. This one by Cody Miller, and manages to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage on that snap. It'll bring up third down and 7, but Columbiana starting to get some really good penetration.
Yes, they are, and Cody Miller beat the left tackle's block and came in and, boy, grabbed Cintron around the ankles until the pursuit came and held him up, and they finally brought him down for no gain. So good job that time by the interior of the Columbiana defensive line.
So on third down and 7. Handoff from a new guy taking the snap, running around the left side, inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line is Cameron Tucker, who rushed once for 7 yards in the season opener. Guy taking the snap there was a freshman at quarterback, Logan Hawk. Gain to the 38. And that is a yard short, so it's going to be 4th and 1.
And McDonald got to go for it. Let's see if they fake here to Cintron. Well, Cintron's actually not in the backfield right now. Oh, yeah, there he is. Yep,
alongside the freshman quarterback. Going to get the ball, and with 2 guys wrapped around his legs, drives down to the 37-yard line. Columbiana was signaling fumble. We've seen no indication to that. Actually, I think what Columbiana was indicating was we stopped him. It's going to be a first. It's going to be a turnover on downs, but he made it easily. In fact, they've given him an extra length of the football on the spot to the 41.
Yeah, that time running Cintron right up the middle and was able to gain enough momentum to pick up the first down, but it was certainly close, no doubt about that. As you said, Jim, the Clippers thought that they had held them, but the officials said otherwise. That's 7 first downs rushing for McDonald here.
Tucker in motion. He'll take the handoff. Not much of a jet on that jet sweep, and he's going to be stacked up for maybe a 1-yard gain. It was slow to develop, and there were just too many bodies out there for Tucker to find any significant running room. 2nd and 9 coming up, and we have a McDonald player down inside the 40-yard line. So there is a timeout on the field with 8:57 to go in the first half. McDonald leading 21-7 on the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends: shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, selection matters. Experience matters. Price matters. Right now, get huge savings on every new Chevy in stock. Over 800 are available, with payment plans for every budget. Where you buy your Chevrolet matters. Austintown is Chevytown. Greenwood Chevrolet.
Cameron Tucker, the ball carrier, was the player shaken up, left the field under his own power. Quarterback Josh Selly not in the game right now. He has been kneeling on the sideline with an ice bag on the back of his neck. Quick handoff. Cintron starts left, cuts back to the right, and is chopped down as he gets to about the 30-yard line. That'll bring up a third down. They're going to mark it at the 31, so make it 3rd and 5 from there.
Well, they're using their horse, Cintron. He's carried the ball 12 times right now for 59 yards. And the only other 2 running backs to touch the ball are Selly and Tucker, and Selly being the starting quarterback. So Cintron right now, Jim, carrying the load for McDonald.
Well, it's a good guy to have carrying the load when you've got a freshman quarterback in there. But again, the Columbiana defense reacts well. Cody Miller getting a handful of jersey and spinning Alex Cintron to the ground well short of the first down at the 30.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cody Miller has played himself a great game, and gosh, we're only halfway through the second quarter. He has been a disruptive force on the defensive line for Columbiana. And right now, McDonald just cannot handle him. They got to figure out a way to get him off the line and keep him contained.
4th and 4. McDonald going for it with the freshman at quarterback. Cintron moves up to his right. Takes the handoff. Going to slant left. Good blocking. Broke a tackle by Hoffensies behind the line of scrimmage. Ran through it. Pulled down at the 26. This may require bringing the chains in.
Yeah, this is going to be really close.
Stops the clock with 7:21 to go. Reminder, we have a Pizza Hut Player of the Game to announce and award and interview after the game tonight.
Well, unless these lines are wrong, it looks like he's got this first down by at least half a football, if not more. Because it looks like it's more toward the 26, and he had to just get to the 27.
Well, I had the first down marked at the 26, so we'll see. Length of the football, Hawkeye. There you go. First down at the 26. See, 4-yard pickup to get it. So another time-consuming drive here for the McDonald Blue Devils. They have used 4 minutes and 29 seconds, make that 39 seconds of the second quarter, and the final 25 seconds of the first quarter.
Now, Sully talking to his teammate Cintron, giving him a little bit of a good job out there as Sully returns to the sideline.
Another handoff, Cintron. No, fake to him. Throw out into the flat to Cameron Tucker, but again, great play out on the perimeter by Columbiana, teaming up on the tackle, Joe Babel, and also Zathan Cross on the play.
Yeah, Cross and Babel, but Cross did a great job that time, read that flare out to Tucker and was able to close quickly and bring him down for a 3-yard loss.
And on that 3-yard loss on the completed pass, Josh Selly trots back into the lineup. Blue Devils in a 2nd and 13. Slot formation into the short side of the field, top of your screen. Fake to Cintron. Selly throws deep and overthrows it just off the fingertip of Dominic Shadle.
Nice play by Shadle as he made a move to the outside and then ran basically a post pattern. And he had a step that time on Joe Babel, but passed just a little bit too far from Selly's hands, and it fell incomplete.
Makes it 3rd and 13. I don't know when you're watching this game, as it airs 8 times on Armstrong Channel 20 and Channel 100. If you don't recall what this Friday night was like, gorgeous is the word. Nice light breeze, roll out, Selly trying for Tucker, and it's picked off by Zathan Cross. And that'll give Columbiana the football deep in its own territory, but it turns McDonald away for the first time tonight.
And they flooded the left side. They had 3 receivers deep, but Zathan Cross, great job leaping up and catching the ball at its highest point to make sure that he had the interception, and that turns it over. And boy, they turned McDonald away this time from scoring, so good job by the defense of Columbiana.
First interception thrown by Selly this season, and it gives the ball to Columbiana at the 7-yard line, but more than half of the second quarter in front of them as well. Good protection, but a bad throw. Jacob Cross throwing it at the feet of Chase Franklin. Boy, the offensive line did a great job there.
Yeah, they're preventing the Blue Devils from any penetration whatsoever. They got to keep that, though. They got to make sure that they give their quarterback some time.
Cross, a big young man, a junior, 6'1", 215, quarterback size. Airs it out deep, double coverage. There's going to be a flag here. Yep. Josh Babel was tackled by Dominic Shadle. Despite the double coverage, pass interference will be the call.
Well, if Shadle doesn't do that, that could be a completion, so you give up the 15 yards as opposed to a long pass play. In high school, it's only a 15-yard penalty.
Get some a little working room here, though, out to the 22. First down by penalty. Cross showed a good arm there, and Shadle was running well. He had a half a step on both defenders at one point. Jet sweep fake, and Cross will run it himself off the left side, out across the 25 to about the 26, a pickup of 4.
That time Cross faking the inside handoff and taking it around the left end, but good defense by McDonald that time, holding him to only 4 yards.
More play action. Roll out, penalty marker down, and Cross puts his shoulder down and delivers the blow as he heads out of bounds, but this is going to come back as Columbiana was guilty of a holding infraction.
Well, Jack Buchanan, give him credit, 160-pound defensive back taking on cross at 2:15 and brought him down pretty much with no problem. But like you said, the penalty is going to wipe that out and
take the ball back to the 13-yard line.
Third penalty against Columbiana for a total of 30 yards.
Brings up 2nd down 19 for the Clippers. They'll go empty set, 3 receivers into the short side of the field at the bottom of your screen. Again, good time, nobody open. Now on the run, throwing wide open, it's Chase Franklin. Cuts inside Babel, running for the near corner. He will go the distance. Again, no flags and a big play off the scramble. They got no offensive lineman too far downfield, no illegal blocks, and a great run by Chase Franklin for the touchdown. He has now had catches and runs of 51 yards and 87 yards for touchdowns, and Columbiana is right back in the ballgame.
Wow, and I'll tell you what, they had Jacob Cross dead to rights, let him get around the left end a little bit, and the corner came up to give support. Well, the minute that happened, Franklin saw his opportunity, took off downfield, Cross hit him in stride, Jimmy, and the rest was a touchdown.
You know, the other thing that could have happened, never mind the lineman downfield, he could have crossed the line of scrimmage. A low hooking kick that goes through. And so, with 2 ticks under, 5 minutes left in the first half, Columbiana, with 2 explosive plays, is back in the ball game. It's McDonald 21, Columbiana 14 on the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong.
Better than pizza is free Pizza Hut pizza. And only Hut Rewards lets you earn free pizza faster than ever by giving you points on every dollar you spend online. You can earn a free pizza in as little as 1 order. Sign up today at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
So, where do you think you want to be in 30 years?
I want a big house. And I want a wife. And I want my own business.
And I'd like my kids to run the place someday. I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want
to know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management 360.
Friday is closer than you think. That's because Pizza Hut delivers the good times anytime. Whether you're craving classics like pepperoni or just looking to mix it up, it's never been easier to bring everyone to the table. And it's all delivered right to your door because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Another Farmers National Bank scoring drive summary. 93 yards in 4 plays. Columbiana also overcomes a holding penalty. Uses just 1 minute and 11 seconds. A great scramble by Jacob Cross finding Chase Franklin far sideline, and he cut it across the field to the near corner for an 87-yard score. Extra point makes it 21-14.
Franklin has caught 3 passes for a total of 156 yards so far here in the first half. Pretty impressive.
I don't know what the post-game meal is, but he deserves seconds. Short kickoff near side, received at the 22, and coming out is Cameron Tucker around the 36. 14-yard return for Cameron Tucker.
All right, let's see if McDonald can counter. Boy, in that first quarter, it just looked like McDonald might run away with things, but boy, Columbiana has fought back, and defensively they have shut McDonald down.
Quick handoff to Cintron, and he has run out near sideline around the 43, and the freshman Logan Hawk has returned to play quarterback.
And when I say shut them down, I mean they have not allowed them to score here in the second quarter. McDonald's been able to move the ball, but they haven't been able to score here in the second.
Last possession ended in an interception, which set up and at least created the change of possession that gave Columbiana the opportunity to score that touchdown. 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard pickup. Hawk going to keep it. Big hole up the middle and lowering his shoulder to make a nice hit again. That 128-pound safety, Brant Verdon. But a first down on a good run by the freshman Logan Hawk with great work by his offensive line. Ball at the Columbiana 43.
Yeah, that just opened up right in the middle. And boy, Hawk saw the hole and took off. Good job. Didn't even hesitate.
Two receivers right, one to the left. Cintron takes the fake, throw to Tucker, out in the far flat. Good footwork, and he manages to move forward and dive inside the 40 to the 39. Columbiana had that play sniffed out, but Tucker's nifty footwork and body control got him a 4-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, too, he nearly dropped that ball. He didn't secure it real well at first, but then finally did, and was able to pick up a short gain.
Again, the freshman Hawk, number 23, handling quarterback duties. Josh Sully has been shaken up. Cintron trying to find a block, got it, steps past a tackler and takes off. He's running down there with Babel, who wrestles him out of bounds. Joe Babel. Cintron very patiently waited his time behind Caden Crown, the 275-pound sophomore guard. And then when he saw his opening, burst through and takes it to the 3-yard line where it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, but he made 2 Columbiana defenders miss. If they make the tackle, he barely gets the first down. But boy, great job by Cintron. And once he got into the secondary, Jimmy showed pretty good speed.
Double slot formation here. Tucker, the slot left, in motion. Goes in front of the quarterback. Cintron gets the handoff, and he's rolled down at the 1, where it will be 2nd and goal.
After a short gain by number 10, Hunter Zentner.
Nice job by Hunter Zentner, number 10 of Columbiana, not taking the fake that time, holding his ground up the middle and stopping Cintron at the 1-yard line.
Just over 3 minutes left in the first half. McDonald trying to add to a 21-14 lead here after breaking away to a 21-0 early advantage. Logan Hawk will take the snap. Tucker in front of him. Ball goes to Cintron, countering left and diving in under the defensive line. Touchdown for Alex Cintron and the McDonald Blue Devils.
Cintron's 18th carry, 111 total yards on the ground, Jim, and his first touchdown of the night as things opened up in the middle that time. Not going to stop Alex Cintron on a 1-yard gain too many times.
That is his 6th touchdown run of the season already. Extra point attempt coming. Looks pretty good from here. Plenty high. Logan Shields is perfect tonight. And McDonald now, once again, has a 2-score lead with a 28-14 advantage. And an impressive drive there, led by the freshman, Logan Hawk, who was flawless in handing the ball off to Alex Cintron, and also got some help on a little kind of a flat pass to Cameron Tucker, who managed to turn it into a short gain. So it's 28-14, just under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Another Farmers National Bank scoring drive summary. That one was good for 64 yards in 6 plays and used 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
And speaking of Tucker, he has caught 6 passes for 84 total yards so far, and he is the only McDonald receiver to catch a pass.
Well, that's still a lot considering that he caught half their passes, completed passes last week. He had 1. They're putting it up a little bit more today. Getting more comfortable with their more diversified offense. And they're kicking it away. Shields gets his foot into it. This one will probably touch the sideline. Touch the sideline. Chase Franklin was watching it as it angled toward the sideline. You saw it bouncing slowly, but it...
I don't think so, Jim.
Well, it either hung over...
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't actually have to land on the sideline as long as it cleared the side. It's kind of like the goal line. Once it gets over the sideline, it is out of bounds. And, of course, it wound up. Although it curled back inbounds, it did, in fact. Yeah, we're going to get another penalty, I think, here on Dan Williams for unsportsmanlike conduct for protesting that call a little bit too vociferously. So, the ball goes out of bounds, which would give Columbiana the ball at the 35, and now they'll get it at the 50 because of the penalty.
Well, and let's be fair, the side judge there didn't really make a definitive call at first. It looked like for a minute there he was going to change his mind, but then said, no, this is what happened, and I think Coach Williams then reacted to that. And they're still having a conversation on the sideline. He's got to be careful he doesn't pick up another penalty, and he walked away.
I have to tell you the truth, I've forgotten the high school rule. At what point is the coach automatically ejected? That's his second unsportsmanlike conduct call of the night. He had one, you'll recall, on that controversial kickoff play in which a fumble was negated and they wound up doing the play over. Play action fake, quick throw off the hands of Joe Babel, and a good reaction, a diving interception attempt there. Unsuccessful by Cameron Tucker.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Babel could make that catch, he's in between the corner and the safety. No telling what he could have done, but that was a bullet, pretty much head high. Tough catch to make.
All alone in the backfield, throws it underneath. He's got Franklin down to about the 42.
Brought down by number 22, Jack Buchanan. Gain of 8.
8-yard pickup, 3rd and 2. Plenty of time left for Columbiana.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jimmy.
I was just going to say, both teams have their full complement of timeouts. Another quick throw. Babel's got this one, and he's bulldogged down with a first down at the 32-yard line.
That time he ran the slant, and Cross was able to hit him on the run. So good play.
Columbiana picking up the pace here. They're having trouble, though, repeatedly getting somebody off the field on time. Both times it's been Seth Ross. Another quick throw, almost picked off. That ball was thrown too far inside, and the defender was right there to break it up. The intended receiver was Hunter Zentner.
And that was Tanner Kilborn, number 4, that came in and batted that one away. As again, they tried the quick slant.
2nd and 10, again, empty backfield. Quick drop, little pump fake to the left. Deep throw, got a man open, and the ball goes beyond the intended receiver, Chase Franklin.
Yeah, Jacob Cross that time, just a little bit too much mustard on that one. You got to throw it with a little more arc, and even if Franklin was able to run under it, he would have been out of the back of the end zone. Got to throw that one just a little bit earlier. He waited too long that time.
Or get some air under it.
Yeah.
3rd down. Quick throw into the middle, off the fingertips of Chase Franklin. There on the coverage, linebacker Zach Gray. So it'll be 4th and 10.
Jim, they must be seeing something in the defense of McDonald, because that's about the 5th time that they've thrown that quick slant to the inside receiver.
Well, in all honesty, it's usually open. The roll by Cross, the throw to Franklin, up the sideline, a juggling fingertip catch, and he takes it inside the 20 down to about the 18 and a first down. That was quite a catch by Chase Franklin. He's only a junior.
Boy, it sure was, and he had to actually twirl around a little bit and caught it on his fingertips. Great play by Franklin.
Ball is at the 18. Quick slant, there it is. Ball too high and goes off Franklin's fingertips this time.
So Franklin is incomplete. He's second down.
It is 2nd and 10 now. Again, with 1:39 to go, Columbiana with 3 timeouts left here, so they've got a lot of flexibility. They continue to go with the empty set, 2 wide receivers to each side. There's this inside slant there. It's caught, and this will be a 1st and goal for Columbiana. And that time, was it 10 or 16? Zentner or?
No, it wasn't 16. That was Zentner. Yep, number 10.
And Columbiana, I believe, has called its first timeout. It'll be 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. So that was a nifty little 16-yard toss and catch.
And that time, instead of throwing it to the receiver on the inside, he decided to go to the outside receiver, Zentner. They had the inside receiver covered. So nice reaction that time by Jacob Cross, getting the ball to the correct receiver.
Our second quarter tonight being brought to you in part by Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods on Crowry Road in Canfield. Don't care where you are, if you're looking for some wood products, some good workmanship on stuff that they finish, it's worth the drive.
They've been around a long, long time, Baird Brothers.
It's quite a facility. I've had a chance to walk through most of it, I think, on more than one occasion, and it's pretty impressive. All right, here we go. 1st and goal for Columbiana. 1.5 to play. Anderson trying to drive down to the 1-yard line. Anderson, a 230-pound junior, so they're just trying to use some bulk with a head of steam behind it.
And that's the first time he has carried the ball tonight. And I'm imagining we may see him do it again.
Cody Miller, defensive player by trade, not on the offensive depth chart, goes off the left edge and does not get in. Less than a minute to go.
Well, if Miller would have had the ball out front as he was falling, he would have put it over the goal line, but he had it tucked, and he landed short.
Danger there, too, as somebody swats it away. He's going to get it again, and this time he just plows his way, kept those feet churning, and gets to the goal line. Looked like a guy trying to get through a snowdrift without snowshoes, and it worked.
Miller being rewarded for his defensive prowess so far tonight by scoring that touchdown.
And he scores with just 39 seconds to play in the first half. So after an early impending rout by McDonald, bursting out to a 21-0 lead, this has become a real dogfight. This is a terrific football game. Colin Schick on to attempt another extra point. And that one does not succeed, and Columbiana finds itself down by 8 rather than 7.
Yeah, Schick that time hit a line drive, actually hit the backside of one of his linemen. Never got that thing more than maybe 3 or 4 feet above the ground. And Jim, last year, these two teams played an overtime game. It was 39-38, Columbiana winning at home. So we're on pace to at least maybe do better than that this year.
Another Farmers National Bank scoring drive summary, 50 yards, 12 plays, used 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And most of it was putting the ball in the air.
Thank you for all your support of Blue Devil football.
So we'll see what McDonald wants to do with the time remaining when it gets the football. The Blue Devils have their full complement of timeouts. That would be 3.
And Logan Hawk, the freshman, Jim, has come in and done a really nice job for McDonald, filling in at times for the starter, Selly, who is, again, been on the sideline, maybe with some heat problems. He had an ice bag on the back of his neck, although he has his helmet on now. I see him walking down toward...
he doesn't want to forget it when they go to the locker room.
Right. Well, I think they may put him in on the final drive here, the first half, if in fact McDonald does maintain possession.
Line drive, big bounce, ball grabbed at the 17-yard line. This is Cameron Tucker, weaves his way through traffic, far side, midfield, and forced out of bounds near the Columbiana 40-yard line. Great return. Well, you know what? That was not who we thought it was. You know what? I'm not sure.
That was Tucker that returned the ball.
Tucker.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I heard the public address announcer call a different number, and I thought, I don't think so. But so McDonald, with almost 30 seconds left in the first half, starts at the Columbiana 43.
Gain of 40 that time by Tucker, and if you allow him to get around the end, he's got enough speed that he can burn in. The safeties for the Columbiana kickoff team made the play.
Cintron, the receiver. Selly is back at quarterback, and McDonald has called the first of its timeouts. A gain of 5 to the 38. Down in distance, not a big deal here, because even with the timeouts, the clock is a factor, and they're going to have to do it more than 5 yards at a time.
Yeah, and they're just trying to get Cintron into the open field, because, again, you get him out there in space, the young man is dangerous. He could score at any moment in time.
Cintron did not have a pass reception in the season opener against Brookfield. So McDonald and Columbiana in a shootout. Wasn't but a few years ago when these two teams, we'd already be in the middle of the third quarter, because these two teams would have been running the ball like crazy. Columbiana was the first to break tradition. They've been running the spread now for a number of years, and McDonald going to a more wide open offense for the first time this year, although that wing T can be a very multiple offense because of all the misdirection, and was not a pure run offense if run well, because it included the option. Selly to Cintron on the fake, throws, intercepted, and back deep in coverage, Eric Hoffenzies, almost like the ball was thrown right to him. Second interception of the half thrown by Selly.
I'm not sure Selly even saw Hoffenzie. He had two receivers down on his near sideline, and Hoffenzie was right in between both of them, and that's where Selly put the ball.
So Columbiana will get the ball at its own 18 after the turnover. Just under 14 seconds to play.
Well, the way things have been going, I don't know. They may try to take a shot at things here.
Well, on the other hand here, if you take a shot and you turn it over somehow, whether it's a fumble on the pass rush or an intercepted pass, and we're going to get delay of game for Columbiana coming out. With the clock not running, it doesn't make much sense to take a delay of game, but they did. So that'll put the ball at the 13, and I think we can safely expect Jacob Cross to take a knee here and let this thing run out.
Well, he's under center, if that's a sign.
Well, he will turn, little counter play, and a good hard run out across the 20 to the 21. Steve Anderson on the carry, and that will be the final play of the quarter. It was about an 8-yard run for Anderson to end the half. He had a 1-yard run down on the goal line before that touchdown. So the first half comes to an end at McDonald. It has become a bit of a shootout. Through 24 minutes of football, there are 48 points on the board. That's 2 points a minute for those of you who are doing the math. We'll see if they can keep up that furious pace in the second half. Our second quarter has been brought to you in part by Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. This is the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong at halftime. McDonald 28, Columbiana 20.
Armstrong would like to say thank you for your generosity and donations to our Healing Heroes initiative. With your help, we've raised the funds necessary to train 10 service dogs from Guardian Angels to be donated to area veterans suffering from disabilities such as PTSD and brain injury, among others. If you or a loved one are a qualifying veteran and would like to apply, please visit medicalservicedogs.org and click on Applications. Together, we can unleash the power of hope, the power of giving, the power to heal.
So, where do you think you want to be in 30 years?
I want a big house. And I want a wife. And I want my own business.
And I'd like my kids to run the place someday. I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want
to know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management 360.
Columbiana stormed back. Big plays, the key, and Len has some numbers that will reflect that for both teams.
Yeah, some interesting stats here. First for the Clippers at Columbiana. Jimmy, they have 10 carries, 16 yards rushing. Jacob Cross, the quarterback for Columbiana, was 8 of 15 in the first half for 202 yards. So total yards for Columbiana in the first half, 218. Leading them in rushing was Cross, 2 carries for 6 yards, and Anderson, 2 carries for 6 yards. Receiving, it was Franklin, Chase Franklin for Columbiana. He caught 5 passes for 178 yards and 2 touchdowns. They had a total of 7 first downs and then 4 penalties for 35 yards. For the McDonald Blue Devils, they had, 26 rushes for 202 yards. And passing-wise, they were 8 for 11. For 90, so total yards for McDonald, 292. Leading the rushing, what a surprise, Alex Cintron, 18 carries, 111 yards, and a touchdown. And receiving, and another surprise, it was Cameron Tucker who caught 6 passes for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns.
After dropping the first one thrown to him.
Right, exactly. And first downs, they had 14 penalties, 3 for 26. Jim?
All right, Columbiana will get the ball to start the second half. Let's refresh you on the main players. The quarterback, Jacob Cross. His running backs are Joe Babel, number 11, Chase Franken, number 16. We've seen a little bit of Zathan Cross, number 6. Wide receivers, they really rotate 4 of them. Number 3, Jaden Graham. Number 10, Hunter Zentner. Number 15, Kyle Phillips. And number 28, Seth Ross. Up front, the center is Wayne Davis, number 66. The guards are Tyler Zagatti, number 73, and Nate Davis, number 74. The tackles, Steve DeBone, number 51, and Eric Hoffenzies, number 52. For McDonald on defense, their ends are number 58, Garrett Stallsmith, and number 80, Cameron Stoffko. The tackles are Logan Marshall, number 53, and Nate Dean, number 77. The inside linebackers, Zach Gray, number 44, and Ali Hammond, number 62. The weak side linebacker, Alex Cintron, number 31. The cornerbacks, number 5, Dominic Shadle, and number 21, Cameron Tucker. The free safety, Josh Sully, number 10. And the strong safety, number 22, Jack Buchan, but again with Selly sitting out much of the first half.
5'9",
That other safety position for McDonald could be filled by Ryan Scala, a junior. He's the guy listed as the primary backup at safety anyway. And of course, neither of these teams, being playing at the Division 6, Division 7 level, are blessed with great depth. I always have plenty of room on my spotting charts for surprise players.
And we get a few of them.
Yeah, a guy that walked on, or a freshman that the coaches didn't give me the name or whatever. So McDonald will kick it off, doing the honors. Logan Shields plenty busy in the first half, what with 4 touchdowns scored, extra points and kickoffs and all, end over end, and this will go into the end zone as Joe Babel gave it a thought and then thought, let it go.
Smart move. It's a wise youngster that can tell the difference between grabbing the ball,
especially when it's bouncing end over end alongside you. If it's coming right at you, it's tough enough when it's bouncing like that. So the ball goes on the touchback to the Clippers' 20-yard line.
Well, we'll see if Columbiana can continue the momentum that they picked up in the second quarter, Jimmy. That's when they scored all of their 20 points.
The third quarter being brought to you by the Mahoning Valley Athletic Conference, sponsor of the week, Greenwood Chevrolet. Empty set. This is why Columbiana ran a 2-minute offense for much of the second quarter. Cross throwing deep, and it is picked off. A leaping interception on the first play of the second half by Alex Cintron at the 40-yard line.
Well, they sent 4 receivers deep, and Alex Cintron was back, free safety, deeper than the deepest, and made the play. Good interception by Cintron that time. He had 2 receivers covered, Jimmy, and again, he was deeper than the deepest receiver, and that's a part of the reason why he was able to make that interception.
And Josh Selly, with some recovery time at halftime, is in at quarterback for McDonald.
Second turnover for Columbiana, both being interceptions.
Selly drops the snap with traffic in front of him, picks up the clean bounce and manages to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Actually, I don't think his knee ever touched the ground, but they whistled it dead anyway.
No gain, second down.
The McDonald starters with Selly at quarterback, number 31 Cintron at running back. Receivers include number 5 Dominic Shadle, number 22 Jack Buchan, number 21 Cameron Tucker, and number 44 Zach Gray.
Cameron Tucker was the favorite receiver of Selly and Hawk in that first half, and now we got a penalty. And we're going to get an illegal procedure against McDonald.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 15. The guys up front for McDonald are number 77 Nate Dean, the center, flanked by guards Caden Crown, number 74, and Logan Marshall, number 53. And the tackles, number 58 Zach Nolf and number 62 Allie Hammond. On defense for Columbiana, the ends are Steven Anderson, number 19, and number 31 Quentin Cross. We get the rest of them as best we can here in the flow of play. Cintron, a little shake and bake with the shoulders, fights his way out almost back to the original line of scrimmage before the penalty. Will bring up a 3rd down and 11 after the gain of 4 for Cintron. So with 3rd and 11 coming up, we better hurry and get the rest of the defensive starters in there. Linebackers, Nate Carter, number 45, Eric Hoffenzies, number 52. He had an interception in the first half. Bert Thurston, number 13, is the other linebacker. Secondary, Jaden Graham, number 3. Brant Verdon, 128-pounder, had a good first half, number 1. Jacob Cross, number 5, and number 10, Hunter Zentner. Fake handoff, throw deep over the middle, and incomplete. I don't think that Zathan Cross got a hand on it, but what he did do, perhaps, is break up the vision of Dominic Shadle, who just kind of waved at the ball as though he didn't really have a good look at it.
Actually, he did get a hand on it, Jimmy. Yeah, Zathan Cross jumping as high as he possibly can, and he batted that one away. And the Blue Devils had 3 receivers on the left side, decided to come to the right side. Again, the defensive backs from Columbiana took a fake, but boy, good recovery by Zathan Cross.
Punt coming up, first of the night for McDonald, and it is a dandy. Fair catch called for, and that was a ball that was very catchable, but by letting it hit the turf, they lost at least 10 yards as the punt goes out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
That is my math is correct, a 49-yard punt, I do believe.
Shields averaged 37. Well, he didn't average 37. He punted once for 37 yards.
It's actually a 48-yard punt.
So Columbiana gets its first possession. 9:58 left. Well, second possession. First one was so short, I forgot about it.
They had a lot
first play from scrimmage, and it was a deep interception.
Well, they had a lot of short ones in the first quarter too, so.
All right, they're going to stay with the empty set. Cross will roll to the right. Throw, got a man on the outside. Juggling catch. Tackle, and breaks free. And he will outrun the Blue Devils, and Columbiana will be within 2 points.
Unbelievable right there. Boy, Columbiana sent 2 receivers to the right, and again, faked it to the outside receiver, and Babel just took off up the sideline and then got a great block. I believe that was number 3 out there. Jaden Graham with an outstanding block. So an 88-yard touchdown pass, and that's a way to open up the third quarter.
Well, they had an 87-yard one in the second quarter. And they will go for 2 to tie here. Yeah, and the snap is botched. Cross couldn't handle it. He was thinking about what he had to do before he had the football. So the 2-point conversion attempt fails. 9:42 to go in the third quarter. The big play shootout continues. It's now McDonald 28, Columbiana 26. This is the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong.
Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. Price matters. Get huge savings on every new Chevy in stock. Over 800 are available with payment plans for every budget. Austintown is Chevytown. Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome to K105, your hometown station with the most country music in the morning. That means more Lou. I can't move when you move. More caring. I'll have to hang you out to try. More Blake. And I'm just the guy with the girl everybody wants to know. More Kenny. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown, down home, American Kid. On a powerful, static-free signal you can hear everywhere. 105.1 FM, K105.
Scoring drive summaries have not had much to summarize. There were a couple of times there hasn't really been a drive. One play, 88 yards, took 16 seconds that time. A pass, catch, and run between Jacob Cross and Joe Babel. Wow, electrifying. Columbiana will kick off, trailing by 2 after failing on the 2-point conversion. They missed their final extra point of the first half.
I got to believe that they saw something in film study because they have thrown the ball deep several times. So there's something that they picked up on the McDonald defense.
Cameron Tucker grabs it on the bounce, has a nice lane up the middle, and crosses the 35.
Cameron Tucker on the turn, brought down by number 28.
Pickup of, it might be almost 20 yards. It's going to be a little slow to get up. He was shaken up a little bit in the first half. They will mark it at the 36. I think it's about a 14-yard return. I think he grabbed it around the 22.
He's down on the ground, but it looks like a leg cramp, and we have mentioned how beautiful a night it's been, and it really has been, and it is warm out there, folks. It's probably still close to 80 degrees out there, so if you did not hydrate the week, cramps will occur during the game, and it's too late now to get water. I mean, it really doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. You got to do that 3 or 4 days before you actually play.
Actually, according to my latest weather information, it's 73 degrees. Pleasant breeze, but again, it is oftentimes you see the cramps in a game as it gets later. A, they've expended a lot of energy and dehydrated themselves, so the temperature really doesn't have much to do with it. Sometimes the cooling factor can be contributing, because again, it's although it's certainly not chilly out, it's probably easier to stay warm if it's 85 out. Boy, they can't do without Tucker. He has been a big player for them, and they need him.
As you can see, he has required help to get off of the field, and that young man is in a lot of discomfort right now. I hope to get him back in as quickly as possible. You hate to see anything like that happen to any player.
Now let's see, Tanner Kilburn is listed as the replacement for the slot receiver. They also have Dominic Shadle is coming out wide to the right. They have 3 receivers tightly grouped on the left. Snap, Cintron gets the ball, bounces it to the outside. Now has a nice cutback and hanging on for dear life to make the play, Eric Hoffenzies. He's having a heck of a
He is, and if he doesn't hang on to his foot, boy, Cintron had cut it back. There was an open lane. He would have been able to scoot this near sideline. And I'm not sure how far he would have scored. He might have even scored. There was just really no defenders out here for Columbiana.
Got 7 in the chaos.
By the way, that was his 20th carry for 122.
216 in the season opener. First across the 45 to the 48 and a first down.
Good blocking that time by the offensive line of McDonald. They opened up a nice hole, and Cintron able to get through it for the first down.
Well, McDonald also had a couple quick scores in the first half, but later on in the half they went to a more time-consuming, time of possession control offense, and with the way Columbiana's been scoring, that's a really good strategy.
Sure is.
But I would suggest scoring some points while you're doing it. Good fake and a nice run around the left side by Josh Selly down to the 44-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but a good first down gain.
And once again, they carry out the fake. This is a well-coached football team. Dan Williams been at this school, McDonald, for 19 years, and they carry out their fakes exceedingly well.
2nd and 2, and you know, coming up through the wing T, that is a critical element of the wing T. If you cannot create effective misdirection for the defense in the wing T, you're just not going to be successful. Cintron again, fighting his way into heavy traffic. This will be close, very close.
Well, he was initially hit at the line of scrimmage and bounced off that particular hit, but then the pursuit of Columbiana was able to bring him down, and we'll see if he got the first down. I believe
they're going to
he's
measure
short. Yeah, looks like he's short out there, Jim.
You know, and I'm really not on my game. Usually I'm pretty good at being able to call that, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, I think you're probably right on this one.
Well, I got a new pair of glasses, so I'm hoping that can help.
Cheater.
Yes, I am.
That's why they call them cheaters.
That's exactly right.
Exactly right. It's like a chain link. Yep. Maybe a little more than that. So it is 3rd and less than 1.
And he actually almost gained 2 yards, but he only gets credit for 1 yard because he didn't get the first down, which that's the way it goes, folks.
Last yard line crossed is what you get credit for.
That's it. No.
Wow.
Would Dan Williams throw a monkey wrench into this and maybe fake a up front in the middle and maybe throw a pass. We'll see what he does here.
I don't know. You've got two guys that run really well. I would think that there's going to be some, at the very least, there's going to be a fake involved in some form or another. But you're moving the football 3rd and inches. You're going to move Cintron to his left. Cintron gets the fake. Same play, and around the left end, Josh Sully down the sideline and is going to be pulled down inside the 10-yard line.
Again, a fantastic fake by Cintron. Boy, it looked like he had the ball coming to the near side, and at the last second, Sully pulled the ball out. And let's see, that went
They're going to put the ball at the 12, so that'd be a 30-yard pickup for the first down.
Sully going over 100 yards on 8 carries. He now has 111 yards, Jim. So 2 runners right now for McDonald over 100.
He had 166 in the season opener. 1st and 10 from the 12. Sully gives it to Cintron this time, and he tries a cutback, but he's met in the hole by linebacker Nate Carter, senior, who did a great job wrapping him up.
Carter's been busy too at that inside linebacker for Columbiana. A couple times he's shot the gap and has been able to be a force there on the defense for the Clippers as Cintron picked up a short gain.
2nd and 9 coming up. 6.5 to play here in quarter number 3. Being brought to you in part by Greenwood Chevrolet. There's the fake and the slant off the edge this time, and weaving his way into the end zone is Josh Sully.
Well, I'll tell you what, give his receivers some credit on that one too, because they walled off the secondary. Sully was able to cut inside of those blocks and had a lane to the end zone. Nice job that time by the outside receivers of McDonald.
So trying to extend the lead now to 9 points and make it a 2-possession game.
2nd rushing touchdown for Sully tonight.
Logan Shields, they're looking to the bench as if they're a body short on the PAT team. And the reason they're a body short is because Cameron Tucker, who doesn't miss many snaps anywhere, had been on the sideline because of a cramp issue, and now McDonald is forced to burn a timeout.
Yeah, and a lot of times when, again, McDonald doesn't have a lot of kids on the team, Jim. So usually when you have a lot of players, you got backups and they replace the starters when something like that happens. Well, here you got a lot of young kids on the sideline, so somebody just kind of missed out on that one as they had to get Tucker in.
And they did take a 5-yard penalty. Special teams coach obviously also needs to be aware of the situation. A little bit of a high snap. Kick goes through though. And McDonald answers with 6:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Blue Devils now lead Columbiana 35-26. On the Sports Radio 1240, high school football game of the week on Armstrong.
Friday is closer than you think. That's because Pizza Hut delivers the good times anytime. Whether you're craving classics like pepperoni or just looking to mix it up, it's never been easier to bring everyone to the table. And it's all delivered right to your door because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
So, where do you think you want to be in 30 years?
I want a big house. And I want a wife. And I want my own business.
And I'd like my kids to run the place someday. I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want
to know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management 360.
The only thing better than pizza is free Pizza Hut pizza. And only Hut Rewards lets you earn free pizza faster than ever by giving you points on every dollar you spend online. You can earn a free pizza in as little as 1 order. Sign up today at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Well, you can bank on getting a lot of scoring summaries from Farmers National Bank in this game. Man, looks like a slot machine out there. Those numbers are rolling through so fast. McDonald goes 64 yards in 7 plays, used 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Josh Sully with an 11-yard touchdown run, extra point, and McDonald is up 9. Kick goes down the middle, juggled momentarily at the 15. And Joe Babel is hit standing straight up and driven back at the 25, a 10-yard return.
Well, Jacob Cross, the quarterback for Columbiana, has thrown 2 passes. One of them was an interception by McDonald. The other one was the long touchdown pass. So Jacob's only thrown 2 passes. He's picked up a 3rd touchdown pass tonight. And let's see if they can, again, put together another drive and answer the McDonald touchdown.
Cameron Tucker has left the field from his defensive position. Handoff, fake, and a good throw on that slant and finding room in the defense. Getting into the 3rd level, out across the 45 for a first down is Chase Franklin, who's having a heck of a night.
Yeah, he is, and that wide open again. Amazing 22-yard pass play, and that gives Franklin, Jim, 200 on the nose.
Wow. And again, there was play action there that was terrific. Another play action fake, lob to the near side, a little too tall. And again, shooting for Chase Franklin. Franklin's 5'10", but he looks like, when he goes for the football, he looks like he has a long reach. He's really able to extend. It doesn't look like his arms are artificially long or anything, but man, he really looks like it when he's going for the football. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Quick throw to the right side, sitting down, making the catch, and being tackled immediately. Chase Franklin.
Brought down by number 5, Dominic Shadle.
No, Franklin.
Actually, it wasn't. It was Jaden Graham on the catch. I went with the public address announcer, my fault. That was about a 6-yard pickup. Graham the target there, and it whistles right through his outstretched hands as he had to climb the ladder to try to get it.
Well, there are times where Cross, he throws some nice football, but there are times when he throws it just a little bit too hard for his receivers. If he had a little more touch on it, I think that they would complete a little more passes on the outside.
Wow, 4th and 4, you're in this ball game. Empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 into the short side of the field.
Well, that tells me Bob Spate may not have a lot of confidence in his defense stopping McDonald.
There it is, underneath to Graham. He's got it at the 40, shakes a tackle and falls forward to the 42. Dominic Shadle was hanging on for dear life. Well, the gamble pays off.
Well, they pick up 10 yards on the play to Franklin, or excuse me, to Graham.
To the 37. There's a lob to the outside, incomplete.
Cross's pass intended for Franklin is incomplete, and 2nd down 10.
Well, Columbiana has 10 total first downs, Jimmy. 1 by the rush, 1 by penalty, and 8 through the air.
Again, empty set. 2 receivers, 3 receivers left. Cross looks up the middle. Going to take off up the middle. Has some pursuit. Stiff arm into the face and down to the 25-yard line. Man, he delivered a blow to Zach Gray. Reached straight ahead and popped him. Not a punch, just trying to push him off. 12-yard pickup, first down.
And it was a very effective stiff arm at that time. He had a lot of pressure, but nobody there to contain him in the middle.
Quick throw to the outside, and unfortunately it is caught by Graham in a position where about all he could do was fall down. Loses a yard.
Yeah, that pass was thrown low. If Graham just would have let it alone, of course, as a receiver, you know, you're taught to catch everything. So, but yeah, that time you got to put that one on Jacob Cross.
Gonna throw it again. Whistles it over the middle. A terrific catch by Franklin. because he hung on while he took a pretty decent pop from Josh Selly.
I'm telling you, he got hammered and was able to hang on to the football. Great catch by Franklin.
Ball's at the 19, a pickup of 6. Little lob to the outside. Graham is hit as he catches it, as that was a soft throw.
Brought down by number 5, Dominic Shields.
That's the 4th catch for Graham, Jimmy.
And it's a first down at the 12. Cross, sidearm throw, whistles it in, and it is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Zentner, and they're on the coverage, and good coverage it was, Tanner Kilborn.
Yeah, Kilborn closed quickly and got his hands inside and was able to bat the ball away. Nice job by Kilborn. And again, they go to that inside slot. I'm waiting for him to fake that and go back outside again.
2nd and 10. 3 receivers to the wide side. Throw goes over the middle and incomplete. That was one of those balls that might have been thrown a little too hard.
Yeah, because that bounced off the hands of Franklin, but that's a dangerous ball because you're throwing it in the middle of the field where the safeties are. Very easily could have been intercepted that time by McDonald, but it wasn't.
275-pound Caden Crown, number 74, racing in to fortify the defense, but we will get a timeout here with 3:24 left. Columbiana taking it on 3rd and 10 from 12, trailing by 9, but Columbiana has found the way to move the ball in a big way here tonight after a very rugged first quarter and then kind of feeling its way back and then striking on some big plays. They've gone empty set and just whistling the ball all over the field. A lot of it on little slant patterns.
Well, I'll tell you what, these two offenses couldn't be any more different tonight in the yardages. I mean, Columbiana basically is rushed for, let's see, 10, 14, approximately 30 yards. But they have over 200 and over 300 yards of passing yardage. And McDonald just the opposite. They're over 300 in rushing. So,
well, Columbiana has not run the football. They have not had a running play yet here in the second half.
No, they've had one. Cross.
Oh, that's right,
yeah,
Cross. And we got a whistle. This could be a motion penalty. Yep. And they may call it against Zathan Cross. So now, after the timeout, that really hurts.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, there's never a good time for a penalty, but when you call a timeout and then come out and run a play and you create a penalty situation, that kills your momentum, especially when it's 3rd down.
3rd and 15 now from the 17. Cross, gonna roll and throw. Got Franklin at the 5, and he's down at the 1.
Nice job that time by Cross. Again, the inside receiver went into the post, and the outside receiver just looped around the outside. And that one was perfect to Franklin.
Franklin showing some great hands in this ball game. Going under center here, handoff. Anderson, who also got a carry at the goal line in the second quarter, is stopped again. 230-pounder. It is 2nd and goal. Try it again. This time going through, touchdown Columbiana, just like they did in the first half. Cody Miller took the handoff and got it into the end zone.
So Miller has carried the ball 3 times for 2 yards, but 2 touchdowns.
Well, if you're Columbiana here, now you don't have to chase the 2-point conversion, because if you get the kick conversion, you're only down 2. A field goal gives you the lead. So just take they're going to go for 2.
No, that's surprising. But
that is.
Coaches sometimes
Cross looks left, has to scramble. McDonald, he throws as he's hit, incomplete. Well, there you go. McDonald had every conceivable option on that play covered, and covered well. And so now Columbiana finds itself still down by 3. Had they kicked a successful conversion, a field goal could have given them the lead if their defense does its job. But
well, I think that's what Coach Spate may be thinking, that we haven't been able to stop McDonald pretty much most of the night. So let's try to get the 2-point conversion and see what happens.
All right, another Farmers National Bank scoring drive summary. That was 75 yards, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 plays. That's the longest drive for Columbiana in terms of numbers of plays. They overcame a 4th and 4 situation near midfield and a 3rd and 15 at the 17 to get it in.
How about Chase Franklin, Jimmy? He's caught 8 passes for 226 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wow. That's a season for some kids.
Let's see. That took 3 minutes and 20 seconds to get the job done.
Well,
and now McDonald will get the football back.
Exactly, and let's see if they can answer now. So it's been a back and forth deal since Columbiana scored 20 consecutive.
Well, Cameron Tucker loses the handle on the kickoff, chases it back to the 13, and he is snowed under right there before he can generate an escape act. And this Columbiana football team is fired up.
Well, they got every right to be fired up as they have closed the gap again. Now they just got to try to figure out this rushing game for McDonald.
So McDonald, 87 yards away. They scored on their last drive, chewed up a little bit of clock anyway on their last drive. In terms of time, it was really long today, just under 3.5 minutes.
Well, McDonald has rushed for almost 271 yards.
All right. Selly on a great fake to Cintron, who was actually tackled in the backfield. He heads up the middle out to the 20.
They do that so well. I know it sounds repetitive, but it is just amazing the way that they fake the handoff, drawing the defense to the player who does not have the football. So they do just a great job of that, and that has opened up a lot of doors for them.
2nd down and 3. Sully. This is going to keep it again around the right side as he tucks it under that right arm, crosses the 30 where he's knocked out of bounds. The respect that Cintron gets is giving Sully a chance to pile up some significant yardage here and move the sticks.
Well, and the other thing, too, you got to make good decisions as a quarterback, and Sully's been doing that. You know, he has pulled the ball out when he's had to. He's given it off to Cintron when he's had to. So most of his decisions, Jimmy, have been spot on.
There was a second guy in the area of the handoff there, too, to really create additional confusion for the defense. Sully keeps it again after the fake to Cintron, and this time the Columbiana defense is on it, stretches it out, and Sully is thrown for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, that time they didn't even consider the fake that time. They just, good pursuit from the offside, the outside of the right side of the Columbiana defense, and they shut that play down. Sully had absolutely nowhere to go.
Okay, now what do? Do you fake it again? Or do you, in fact, go through with the handoff, having maybe set it up to draw some people to Sully? Or do you do something completely different? Well, they're going to send Cintron in motion. 2 receivers breakdown in communication, illegal procedure, 5-yard penalty coming up, and suddenly it's 2nd and 17.
I think you were looking at maybe a pass right there. At least that was the indication, yeah, you know.
However, here's my guess. is that because Cintron went in motion, there was nobody out there, the receivers running off the defenders. That probably would have been a little swing pass, and he would have had an open field to run in.
Yeah, he had 2 blockers out here, too. There was one-on-one blocking with the receivers in the Columbiana secondary.
Going to try this again. Little mini pump fake. Selly fighting his way to the far sideline and bumped out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 13, and this time down with the symptoms of a left leg cramp for McDonald is, I think, Logan Marshall, their right guard. He's up and stretching. That left calf is giving him some trouble.
I think that's...
Nope, it's actually 58, Zach Nolf, the tackle.
Nolf is senior. And all the seniors in all the sports were honored tonight before we came on the air. They had a huge line of seniors in all fall sports tonight. They were introduced, so that was kind of a neat thing, Jim.
Going to be 3rd down. Where did? Oh, okay. I missed. Actually, they've marked that at the 28-yard line, so that was only a 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down and 14. Danny Barker, I believe, number 71 is the replacement in there. 255-pound sophomore.
Well, they pick up 40 pounds by doing that. Zach Wolf only weighs 215, and I say only, it's all relative.
Lose 2 years of experience, though.
That's exactly it.
On 3rd and long.
And 39 seconds, Jimmy, left here in the 3rd quarter.
3-point ball game. Fake to Cintron. Selly on the roll. Throw back to Cintron. Columbiana's got it covered, but Cintron escapes, but not nearly far enough. Only got back to the original line of scrimmage, the 32-yard line, and that will bring up 4th down. Great job with the help of a penalty, but a great job by the Columbiana defense.
Yeah, that was excellent. That time they did not allow Cintron to get away. They had great coverage, good pursuit. Short gain for the Blue Devils, and this
will be the final play of the 3rd quarter, which has been brought to you in part by this week's Mahoning Valley Athletic Conference sponsor, Greenwood Chevrolet. 3 quarters in the books. The score: McDonald 35, Columbiana 32.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with a pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
4th quarter begins with a punt by Logan Shields. Low snap, drops it, and the kick is blocked. Pops up in the air, Shields tries to grab it. The pile falls at the 17 or 18-yard line, and Columbiana comes up with a huge play after an errant snap, which Logan Shields couldn't handle.
And that block was by Jack Carney, number 20 for the Clippers. Boy, great job, got penetration, didn't give up on it, and saw Shields fumble the ball, and he was able to make the block.
So Columbiana with a chance, a great chance here to take the lead in this ball game. For the first time, they get it at the McDonald 15-yard line. And for the first time in a while, quarterback Jacob Cross has some company in the backfield. And the ball carrier, Chase Franklin, on the little slant, is chopped down at the line of scrimmage. That is just their second running play of the second half, the first by an actual running back.
Yeah, there's just no running game whatsoever tonight.
Go back to the empty set, 2 wideouts each side. Franklin, the man in motion. Cross rolls that way, throws deep, way overthrown. Babel was the intended receiver, but really doing a great job trying to keep inside position there. The defender on the play was Jack Buchanan. He's a little gassed. He's walking with his hands on his hips.
But like you said, great coverage by Buchanan, and that ball was just thrown a little bit too far for the completion. And let's see. What
3rd and 10, and what? I don't see a flag. The linesman on the far side blew the whistle. Don't forget, boy, we're going to have to do a really thorough job in a very short amount of time after the game, because there are a number of candidates, excellent candidates, for our Pizza Hut Player of the Game Award. Whoever it is, Len will interview him on the field. Cross is going to have to scramble, pulls up as he backs up along the sideline, got a man in the end zone, incomplete, broken up by Tanner Kilborn, 6 feet, only 140 pounds, but man, he had to battle to keep that from being completed. McDonald put a great rush on Cross, and Columbiana now is ostensibly going to attempt the field goal that would tie it.
Boy, Zenther was the intended receiver, and when Cross started to scramble, Zenther saw that and then took off for the back of the end zone. I thought for a minute Cross went over the line of scrimmage, but that didn't happen. And now we got a penalty, Jimmy.
And too many men on the field? Nope. Back judge threw the flag and then counted the players. He thought they might have had too many guys on the field. Colin Schick will attempt a 32-yard field goal. It's on the way and good. Hooked it inside the right upright, and we are tied at 35, less than a minute into the 4th quarter. We'll keep it right here. Wow. A 32-yard field goal by sophomore Colin Schick.
Now Schick did a great job there. He caught it clean, and that's after he had one of his extra points really driven into the backside of his offensive line. So he put that out of his mind, which is sometimes tough to do. That's like when you hit a shank in golf and you just can't get rid of it. But man, great job by the young man. And boy, Columbiana has outscored since the end of the 1st quarter. They have outscored McDonald 35-14, Jim.
Well, this is the most interesting Farmers National Bank scoring drive of the night. No yards, 4 plays, and 47 seconds after taking possession, a 32-yard field goal by Colin Schick ties the ball game.
You know what? We've seen some amazing stuff going on. I got a feeling this next 11:05, we're probably going to see a lot more.
Well, now, you know, you think back, there's a lot of football left, but you think back, okay, if they had let Schick kick an extra point on their touchdown near the end of the 3rd quarter, they would now be leading 36-35. What a job by the McDonald defense. They take the field with Columbiana at their 15-yard line, and they don't give up an inch.
Well, and he also had one earlier where, again, they went for a 2-point conversion. So really there was 2 times that they did that, and neither time did they convert.
Our old buddy Mario DiMartino would be apoplectic. Nice kick. Drives Tucker back, juggles it at the 10, sidesteps a tackler, and fights his way out across the 30 to the 40, and out of bounds beyond the 40. Great return after struggling the last time.
It looks like those cramps have gone away because he was able to turn the corner and turn on the Jets. Fortunately for Columbiana, their back line was able to push him out of bounds. A nice return by Tucker.
32-yard return, first down McDonald at its own 42. Just over a minute into the fourth quarter in a tie football game that has been phenomenal entertainment. And if you're just catching this on the first replay, you can enjoy it again 7 more times if you want to. Alex Cintron spinning his way into the secondary out to the 48. The pickup of 6.
Cintron, again, first hit, spun out of that tackle. You got to wrap your arms around him because otherwise he's going to get away from you, and that's what he did. And then finally the pursuit was able to catch him in the secondary, but not until he gained 6.
He's going to get it again, and again he's going to fight his way through the traffic into Columbiana territory and inside the 40 with continued effort. He is got a whole new head of steam working for him right now, all the way down to the 38.
Yeah, and you know what? He gave a great stiff arm out on the far side, and I'll tell you what, boy, that young man is strong. He got some strong legs.
First down at the Columbiana 38 after the after the 14-yard pickup by Alex Cintron. He's going to have the second straight 200-yard plus rushing effort from the looks of it. Play action fake. Boy, they had it well covered, and reacting quickly to the pressure, Josh Selly breaks it up the middle inside the 30, and a first down, it looks like, around the 27.
Boy, Selly that time saw that his receivers were covered and just took off. He had a nice lane up the middle, and before Columbiana had a chance to collect the defense and get him, he was able to pick up the first down. Good play.
Well, the Clippers also had put somebody in Selly's face. I didn't catch the number, but man, he was coming hard, and I think Selly reacted to that just as quickly, even if he had had somebody open. Selly gives the ball to Cintron, who is on his left hip, and Cintron is stopped in the heavy traffic in the middle of the line. A pickup of just 1, 2nd and 9.
Now that tackle made by number 45. We have called his name quite a bit, Nate Carter from Columbiana. Carter just basically gave him a bear hug and didn't let go. That's about the only time that you can get Cintron down on a one-on-one tackle, is just get him in your arms.
Jack Buchanan bringing the play into the huddle. We have a whistle and a
official's timeout.
I think the official, there's no flag, no timeout. I think the official was asking the Columbiana band not to play while the ball was in play. This is Cintron trying to get to the left edge. Can't do it. Pulled down at the 25-yard line. A gain of only 1 more. And McDonald will be in a 3rd and 8.
Good pursuit that time by Columbiana. And that was number 20 that time for the Clippers. Jack Carney shot the gap and was able to bring Cintron down. And they have held Cintron to 2 yards in his last 2 carries, which is pretty doggone good considering he's got 151 total yards for the evening.
3rd and 8. Well, they got a nice hole. Columbiana jumps. There's the snap. And Selly is going to take it right through that gap and get a first down for McDonald down near the 17-yard line. They had one big gap in the offensive line. And Selly, in the confusion, up front for Columbiana went right through it, and it'll be 4th and short.
Yeah, just coming up a little bit short. Sully, they got a 1 yard to pick up the first down.
Big play for the Columbiana defense. 4th and 1 at the 18.
There's plenty of time, so
Shadle wide right. Slot left formation. Cintron head down to the 16-yard line. Both arms wrapped around the football.
Well, give credit to the McDonald offensive line that time, because Columbiana had 8 guys coming. They shot every gap that they possibly could, but the offensive line was able to give Cintron enough of a crease to pick up the first down.
Ryan Scala. He's a good-sized kid, a junior. He's picked up 20 pounds since his sophomore season. Goes 6'1", 180 now. He's out wide left. Cintron takes the handoff, breaks a tackle, and goes to Pater. Well, 2 Clippers slow to rise. Jacob Cross and Bert Thurston were both just absolutely left in the wake that time. A combination of speed and power by Alex Cintron, a 16-yard score.
Well, part of the reason too, Jim, they collided with each other. That's the reason why Cintron was able to get away.
Shields' extra point is perfect. Just under 6.5 minutes to play. McDonald has regained the lead. The Blue Devils 42. The Clippers of Columbiana 35. This is the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong.
Anything better than pizza is free Pizza Hut pizza. And only Hut Rewards lets you earn free pizza faster than ever by giving you points on every $1 you spend online. You can earn a free pizza in as little as 1 order. Sign up today at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
So, where do you think you want to be in 30 years?
I want a big house. And I want a wife. And I want my own business.
And I'd like my kids to run the place someday. I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want
to know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management 360.
Friday is closer than you think. That's because Pizza Hut delivers the good times anytime. Whether you're craving classics like pepperoni or just looking to mix it up, it's never been easier to bring everyone to the table. And it's all delivered right to your door, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Another Farmers National Bank scoring drive summary. 58 yards, 6 plays, 4 minutes and 31 seconds on that drive. And the kickoff here goes out of bounds, so Columbiana will get nice field position.
And once again, the 2 defensive people for Columbiana that time, number 13, Thurston, and Jacob Cross, went to make the tackle, Jim, and when they did, Cintron was able to get in between them, and they collided with each other. That's the only reason why he made it to the end zone.
All right. Once again, the specter of a difficult choice for our Pizza Hut player of the game.
Big time.
Also, because of the surprising amount of passing in this ball game, both teams have run a lot of plays. I'm almost out of room on my play-by-play log here. So I have to do some ad-libbing of my own. Cross with a lumbering keeper, a little bit of a quarterback draw, and nice result. 5-yard pickup right up the gut.
And his name escapes me, but he reminds me of that quarterback from Kentucky years ago that weighed like 260 pounds. And he runs and looks just like him.
Yeah, he's a good-sized kid. On a lot of Division 6 or 7 teams, he'd be a tight end or maybe even a tackle. Gonna roll to the left, Flips it out, complete. And working his way to the far sideline into McDonald territory is Zathan Cross. 158-pounder down to the 42.
Boy, that time Nathan had a chance with 3 different receivers and chose to throw the ball short to an open Zathan Cross. His first catch.
Oop, looked right, wanted to go back to the left, now runs, carrying some tacklers with him, and this will be close to a first down. Well, that's where that extra bulk really helps you, especially late in a ball game when you got a fatigued defense.
And both of these defensive teams are very fatigued.
It's about an 8-yard pickup, 2nd down and 2 from the 34. Cross wants to throw. He'll step up again. He'll throw to the left. Got his man, and a great hit right on the money. But Zentner makes the catch for a first down.
Yeah, that was Tucker that came up and made the hit, but boy, Zentner saw Cross taking off, and then he got open, and Cross stopped and made the play.
12-yard pickup to the 22. What a ball game. Roll to the right and coming in and unblocked, apparently making a play like he was anyway. Ali Hammond, the 225-pound senior linebacker. He had 5 tackles with 1 for loss in the season opener. And a big one there.
Yeah, that's
all the way back to the 31, a 9-yard loss. 2nd and 19. Some personnel shifts going on here for Columbiana. And I think they're going to need a timeout here because they had too many folks on the field. Timeout on the field. A fantastic finish apparently in store. 4:09 left. McDonald 42, Columbiana 35 and driving on the Sports Radio 1240. High school football game of the week on Armstrong.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, selection matters. Experience matters. Price matters. Right now, get huge savings on every new Chevy in stock. Over 800 are available with payment plans for every budget. Where you buy your Chevrolet matters. Austintown is Chevytown. Greenwood Chevrolet.
After the timeout, 2nd down 19 for Columbiana, trying to drive to another tying score. Trailed 21-0 early, ultimately tied it at 35. Quick swing pass out to Joe Babel, and he is wrapped up at the 28-yard line.
3rd down.
Well, that time they sent, again, 2 receivers deep, and then Babel just basically sat out in the flat. But nice job by McDonald coming up and making a quick play, not allowing Babel to get away.
About a 3-yard pickup, so it's 3rd and 16 for Columbiana. A wing right, double slot formation. Chase Franklin, the man in motion. To throw, and again the big rush, and this time the sack goes to backup tackle Caden Brown, the sophomore.
Well, I'll tell you what, that time Crown just beat his block up front and showed some speed coming toward Cross, and Boy, by the time he got there, Cross had nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere.
Well, Columbiana right now is 4th and forever. They got to get to the 12, so it's 4th and 23. Cross to throw, blitz coming, and the middle screen is broken up, incomplete. McDonald will take over on downs. Boy, they brought the house that time, too. Cross made the right decision with the pressure coming from the middle. They just didn't get it done.
No, and if he completes that, they had blockers out in front. But, yeah, he was rushed a little bit too much that time. And a lot of times high school kids will wait too long to throw the screen like that, and he did.
So the McDonald defense comes up with a big sequence for the second time here in the fourth quarter. Last time, after a turnover, a block punt, Columbiana was first down at the 15-yard line, didn't gain an inch, had to settle for a field goal. This time they were 1st and 10 at the 22 and wound up losing a ton of yards.
Number 31, Alex Cintron on the carry.
Alex Cintron with the carry. Now Columbiana is already out of timeouts according to the scoreboard.
And Jim, that is the 30th carry of the night for Cintron, and he has picked up, they're going to give him 2 on the play, 171 yards.
Man, I'd have thought for sure he had 200 by now.
Well, they stopped him a couple of times there.
Yeah, that's true.
A couple of 1-yard gains, but still 30 carries.
Be a tired young man. Cintron, another great fake by Selly, who just keeps fighting and fighting and fighting. Finally pulled down by Jacob Cross out at the 44-yard line, a yard short of the first down. Now, you know these kids have both sides, got to be pretty gassed, and they are still absolutely giving it all. Columbiana, though, without a timeout, they're going to have to figure out a way to force a turnover here and give themselves some kind of a chance. Selly takes the snap, gives it to Cintron, weaves his way through some tacklers in the backfield, crosses the 50, and gets a first down at the Columbiana 49 that should pretty much wrap things up.
That's the 18th first down rushing by Columbiana.
All right. A minute and 5 seconds to play. McDonald, barring something extraordinarily awful here, will go to 2-0. Columbiana will go to 0-2. No victory formation. Low snap. Back to get it is Selly. Picks it up and then slides down at the 42. Wow, well, there you go. Columbiana has no timeouts. Just fall on the football. He doesn't pick that up. Yeah. This is a different football game.
Absolutely. That was a disaster waiting to happen.
And McDonald is calling a timeout. The official pointed toward Columbiana, but Columbiana doesn't have any left. Otherwise, they'd have been calling him a couple plays earlier.
Well, on that play, Selly lost 8, so he's carried the ball 17 times for 160 yards. Cintron 31 for 176. The only other rushers for McDonald, Tucker carried it twice for 7, and Hawk, the freshman quarterback, once for 13. That's it. So the bulk of the rushing yardage between Selly and Cintron, the 2 C's coming through.
Yep. And Bob Spate told me, the way to beat McDonald is you can't let what he thinks is the best 1-2 running tandem they'll see probably all season. You just can't let them, go wild. They've been steady tonight, and they've combined for, 300 or so yards rushing. So that's a lot. Certainly not what they planned. Now they'll go to the victory formation. And Selly will take a knee.
And I think they may have to run one more.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
"20 seconds to play, and another knee, and McDonald is 2-0 thanks to a gut-wrenching 42-35 win over Columbiana, which showed some great intestinal fortitude itself tonight, falling behind 21-0. Glenn Gessler is on his way to the field to find the guy that we have selected as our Pizza Hut player of the game, and we will tell you who it is and go to Len's interview in just a moment.
Welcome to K105, your hometown station with the most country music in the morning. That means more Lou. I can't move when you move. More caring. I'll have to hang you out to try. More Blake. And I'm just the guy with the girl everybody wants to know. More Kenny. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown, down home, American Kid. On a powerful, static-free signal you can hear everywhere. 105.1 FM, K105.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with the pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Well, I'm down on the sideline here with our Pizza Hut player of the game, number 31, Alex Cintron of McDonald. And Alex, first of all, congratulations on a big win here. That's a pretty good football team that you guys faced tonight.
They are very good, and we expect it from them every year. They're a great coach. They got great kids on the team, and we expect nothing less from them when they come here.
Well, let's start with this. I know last year it was an overtime game, a loss down there. Did you guys talk about that at all during the offseason, knowing full well you were going to play them again in the second game of the year?
Every day. It was something he reminded us every day about, because to win this game, you gotta finish every game strong, and we didn't do that last year against the team, so he kind of used that out to motivate us this year.
Well, you carried the ball 31 times for 176 yards. I'm assuming that you accept that challenge of maybe taking the load most games?
Of course. I love a challenge, and I love that my coaches trust me to do this for our team.
And you and Josh Selly, quite a 1-2 punch. Between the two of you, you rushed for, I think, over 300 yards. Now, talk a little bit about his leadership and your leadership for this team.
He's a strong kid, and we expect it from him. He comes in every day. He's a motivator. He gets on kids if they're slacking off, and he's great on the field. He knows what to do when he's got the ball in his hands, and we expect it from him every day.
You know what? Up in the booth, I noticed that you run fake so well. You carry your fake out. A lot of high school kids don't do that. Would you attribute that to great coaching?
Yes, I do. They preach it to us every day in practice. They always talk about our fakes, and we push ourselves to make them as good as possible, because we know it's only going to help each other and help our offense at the end of the day.
And you know what? I know that obviously the offensive line has a huge role in you picking up 176 yards tonight. Talk a little bit about those big boys in front of you.
They're some of the hardest workers on the team. They show up every day. I've been running behind them since I was Pee-wee and playing Little League, so I'm very comfortable with them. I know them all very well, and they're some of the best linemen. I wouldn't want anyone else blocking for me.
You know what? And this being a small community, you guys have played together for a long, long time. Do you think that's an advantage in your case?
Of course, yeah. We know each other pretty well. Our chemistry's great, and we know what to expect from each other every day.
Well, Alex, listen, congratulations on a great game tonight. I know you're tired. You could probably get one of those pizzas and eat one by yourself tonight, right?
Of course, I'm very tired. I'm very hungry also.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations to you and McDonald. Good luck the rest of the season. That is our Pizza Hut player of the game, Alex Cintron.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Len, for being named our Pizza Hut player of the game in this ball game. Alex Cintron will receive a player of the game certificate from Sports Radio 1240 and Armstrong, as well as a gift certificate from Pizza Hut. Our congratulations to Alex Cintron. Great ball game tonight. And again, if you're watching this sometime between Tuesdays following the ball game, there are 8 total opportunities to see this contest. So if you didn't see it from the beginning, you missed a part in the middle, or you just enjoyed it, check the Armstrong website, the Sports Radio 1240 website to get the playback times, and check it out as many times as you want. That's the nice thing about doing it this way, I guess. And McDonald is 2-0. This has been the Sports Radio 1240 High School Football Game of the Week on Armstrong, presented by Sports Radio 1240 and Cumulus Media Youngstown. This telecast has also been brought to you in part by Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, Farmers National Bank, Pizza Hut, and by this week's Mahoning Valley Athletic Conference sponsor, Greenwood Chevrolet. For our videographer, Ben Popio, for our producer and editor, Greg Roten, and my broadcast partner, Len Gessler, I'm Jim Campbell, thanking you for listening and reminding you one more time. Final score in this one in Week 2, the McDonald Blue Devils, 42, the Columbiana Clippers, 35. We'll talk to you next time from South Range when the Raiders are challenged by Crestview.